Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2019 movie Aladdin. Um, since this movie just came out, I'm going to keep it spoiler free and everything. Um, this movie is directed by Guy Ritchie and written by John August and Guy Ritchie, and um, pretty much follows the same story as the animated movie. Aladdin meets Jasmine and then gets sent into the Cave of Wonders by Jafar to retrieve a lamp, and um, where and he meets the genie, and the genie grants him the wish of becoming a prince, and pretty much the rest of the movie is just him trying to deal with the consequences of his wish and everything. Now, I'm not going to go into. There are a lot of things that happened in this version that didn't happen in the animated version, but I'm not going to really talk about that very much because I don't really want to spoil it for anybody. The cast in this is pretty good for the most part. There's a couple things about the cast I didn't like, and I'll talk about that as I go on, but Mina Masood plays Aladdin, and he does a really good job. I was really impressed with his performance and everything. I don't think he had really had any acting experience before this movie. I thought he did a really good job though, and he fit the role really well. Naomi Scott plays Jasmine. I think she was perfect for the role. I had seen her in a few other movies before this, Lemonade Mouth and The Martian, and Power Rangers, and then she was on the show Terra Nova, which was one of my favorite shows when it was first airing. It got canceled though, but she was really good as Jasmine. She was actually one of my favorite things about the movie. Will Smith does a really good job as the genie. He was the one casting that I think most people have been eerie about and everything, and I've been saying ever since I saw the first trailer that I think he was going to do a decent enough job because he wasn't trying to be Robin Williams. He was being Will Smith and everything, and I think it worked out really good. The way it was written and stuff, he did a really good job playing the genie and everything. He wasn't as good as Robin Williams, but if you go in there not expecting him to be as good, then you probably would enjoy it. And if you're a fan of Will Smith, I think you would enjoy his performance too. Marwan Kenzari plays Jafar, and he's one of the things I didn't like about this movie. I thought he was terribly miscast as Jafar, and I'll talk more about that here in a few minutes. Nazim Pedrad, sorry if I am butchering the name. She plays Dahlia, who is Jasmine's friend. Everything. She's a new character, and she's pretty good and everything. I like this character. Navad Nagaban plays the Sultan, and I think he does a pretty good job. I like how they made this Sultan a lot different than the animated version and everything. And I think he did a good job. Newman Akar plays Hakim, who's like Jafar's right hand man and everything. He's not placing Razul, because Razul is in this movie too. I can't remember who plays him, but he's in this too. But Hakim is like a different character. That he's like one of the guards and everything of the palace and everything. He's not a huge role in this, but he does kind of have a little bit of an important role, and he is good in the role. Alan Tudyk does the voice of Iago, and like Jafar, this was one of the things I didn't like about the casting and everything. And then Frank Welker returned to do the noises for Abu and Raja, and also voiced the Cave of Wonders. But I think that Abu and wasn't as lively as he was in the animated movies. He was likable and everything. He just wasn't as he didn't have the uh, like wildness that he did in the animated films and everything, and as much of a personality. I can say the same thing about the magic carpet. That was one of the things I loved about the original version is how the magic carpet had such liveliness and everything. This one, it does, but it doesn't at the same time. But they did do a really good job on the effects on the magic carpet, making it look real and everything. I don't know if they actually used real carpet in some of the scenes or if it was just completely CGI. I'm pretty sure it was CGI, but they did a good job on it. But for the most part, I like this cast. I think that Marwan Kenzari as Jafar was just. I think he didn't really fit the part. He was. I felt he was too young anyway. He was not much age difference between him and Aladdin and Jasmine. I didn't like that, and I just felt like he didn't really. He was miscast and everything. He just didn't feel as threatening or anything like that like the original one did, and didn't have that evilness, but and stuff to him. Alan Tudyk was not very good as Iago either. I get they were trying to do Iago differently. He was more like a regular parrot and everything, but I still didn't really like him. Everything. I've never really been a big fan of Alan Tudyk in the Disney movies, really. He was okay in some of them, but besides King Candy and Wreck-It Ralph, I've never really been that big of a fan of him in these Disney movies, but I didn't really like him as Iago. But that being said, besides Jafar and Iago, most of the rest of the movie I like. The rest of the cast is really pretty good for the most part, especially, like I said, Mina Masood and Naomi Scott. They both were really great as Aladdin and Jasmine. I was really impressed by that. The music in this is pretty good. We got all the original songs from the first movie, or the original movie. Arabian Nights has some different lyrics than the original, though. They like gave it updated lyrics, but it still was pretty good. I liked Will Smith's versions of Friend Like Me and Prince Ali. I think he did decent on them and everything. I like that he did them in his own style and didn't try to be Robin Williams and use the crazy voices and all that like Robin Williams did, because he wouldn't have been able to pull it off, I don't think, if he would have done it that way. But I think out of all the musical numbers in this, my favorite is the new version of A Whole New World that's sung in the movie. Not the end credit version by Zayn, and I can't remember who that girl's name is, but that version was okay. But I like the one that's in the movie, though. And I also like Jasmine's new song Speechless. I think it's really good and everything, really catchy and everything. I also love the sets and stuff in this movie. They're the practical sets and stuff look really awesome and everything. That you can tell they tried not to use as much CGI as they could and everything, and I think they did a pretty good job on it too. The CGI wasn't absolutely terrible like it is in some movies, like Beauty and the Beast. The CGI in that was absolutely horrible on the Beast and everything, but I don't think it looked all that bad in this. As far as, also I like how this movie was really colorful, because that's one thing that all of these live action Disney remakes have done that I don't like, is they don't have the colorfulness that the originals do and everything. And this one really did a good job with the colors and everything and bringing it to life. It felt really, really cool and everything. And like the musical numbers are really well choreographed and everything. So, um, this is a, like I said, it's a good movie. There are some big changes to the story and everything, but it keeps all the main stuff from the original too. It has like probably about an hour of extra stuff though throughout the movie, and I think they did a pretty good job on most of it. It just all the scenes with Jafar, I feel like every time he was on screen, it took away a little bit because he just, I just didn't like the way that he did Jafar, but the rest of it, I can't really complain about and everything. Um, but I'd give Aladdin 7 out of 10, and everything because it is a really good movie. It's not uh, as good as the original, but I never expected it to be. So um, I wasn't really too disappointed with it. Like I said, the only thing I really didn't like really was Jafar. I was hoping that maybe he would surprise me, but I could tell by the trailers that he probably wasn't going to be very good and everything. But um, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. If there's any other uh, movie reviews or top 10 lists or movie series rankings you want me to do, let me know in the comments and I'll get to them as quick as I can. And I'll probably do my ranking of the 4 Disney Aladdin movies sometime in the next couple days. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review and have a good day, everybody.